Today, I want to talk all about keywords, where to use them, how to use them, and what you should and shouldn't be doing. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Caroline and I make videos to help you master your mindset and make money online so that you can build a life you love. If you do enjoy watching videos like this, please take a moment to subscribe. I really appreciate it and it really helps a small channel like mine. And don't forget to click the bell so that you do get a notification whenever I upload new videos just like this. First of all, I was going to make a video, just one video, all about keywords and how they relate to KDP and low and no content book publishing. But as I started to write out my outline, what I wanted to talk about and what I thought it was important for you to know, I realized that this was going to be a really long video. So I think I'm going to do a little series of videos on keywords so that I don't leave anything out and I can make sure that I'm giving what I feel is really the most important information that you need when setting keywords up in your KDP book listings. And so with all that information that I wanted to include, I was becoming aware of how long this video could potentially be if I did put everything into just the one video. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next few videos that I do all about the keywords that you can use in your KDP book listings. So let's get into it. So I think one of the biggest questions that self-publishers have is about using keywords in their KDP listings. And I know that it's one of the things that I probably think about the most when I'm setting up a listing for one of my books. Where do I find keywords? How should I use keywords? How do I fill out the 7 keyword slots? And I think the reason for this is no one actually really knows, other than Amazon, exactly what we should and shouldn't be doing with keywords. Amazon do have guidelines and rules on how you should be using keywords in your listings, but if you ever have gone to their KDP support page that talks about keywords, they are sort of a little bit vague. And then of course you have other people who are successful in low and no content book publishing telling you how they do it, which contradicts what Amazon says. And I think we would all just like something in plain black and white that tells us what we can and can't do and how our keywords should and shouldn't be put into our listings. So I thought, why not just ask Amazon? So I did. So I sent Amazon an email with a bunch of questions that I had about keywords, how they should appear in my listings, how I should fill them in when I'm setting up a book in my KDP account. And surprisingly, they actually got back to me really quick within just a few hours. Now, I know that if you've had experience dealing with KDP support, you sometimes do get differing answers depending on who you get and who answers your email. But this person seemed to really know what they were talking about. So hopefully what they have told me is correct and hopefully it will help all of us with setting our keywords up. Now I'll get into what they came back to me with in a minute, but without being too technical, it might be helpful to first understand how Amazon's SEO, so their search engine optimization, and their search function really works. Because if we can understand this, it'll help us all complete our listings correctly, meaning our books will get indexed correctly, meaning our books will get shown to the correct customers more often, and hopefully result in more sales for us. Amazon's algorithm is called the A10 algorithm, and it was most recently updated in 2020. It is always being updated in order to filter out results from listings who are spamming, who are doing the wrong thing, who are using black hat techniques in order to game the system. So this algorithm determines the relevancy of search terms using a machine learning model. A machine learning model is a file that has been trained to recognize certain types of patterns. A search term's relevancy changes over time as the model continuously gathers data. So in Amazon's case, it is trained to recognize the patterns of its customers and it is continuously gathering the data that its customers provide with their search terms, with their search behavior, with their buying behavior. Now, I hope you're still with me on this one because I am going to go over why this is important. So there are several places in your KDP listing that you have the opportunity to include keywords. The title, subtitle, author name, categories, book description has been confirmed that it is not indexed, and the 7 keyword slots. So in fact, the 7 keyword spots that we all spend so much time worrying about and trying to get right and trying to figure out the best way to do it actually has the least importance when it comes to keywords and search results. So going back to the email that I received from Amazon answering some of the questions that I had about keywords. So they did confirm that words in the description is not considered as keywords. So use your description purely as a place to provide as much information as you can about your book and how it will benefit your customer from buying your book. They also confirmed that the author name is considered a keyword as well, and the book title and the author name are the primary search terms, followed by keywords and categories. Something else that I asked was about how to enter keywords into the 7 keyword slots, whether you just use one keyword search term or phrase per box, or whether you can group them together into the one box in order to give you more opportunity to add more keywords. What I mean by this, there is the theory that whatever words you enter into the keyword box, into one keyword box, they will show up in the search result individually if that's what a customer searched for, or as a group if that's what they're searching for. So for example, if your book is a coloring book and it targets women, teenagers, girls and mums, some people feel that instead of doing one keyword box for coloring book for women and then a second keyword box for coloring book for girls and then a third keyword box for coloring book for mums, if you used one keyword box and wrote coloring books for women, girls, mum, that is giving you more space to add more keywords to the other keyword slots, but still get your book indexed for all of those keywords together. So I asked Amazon if that is correct. They came back and said they would suggest you enter keywords into separate fields, such as coloring book for men, and then in the second keyword slot, coloring book for boys, or something along those lines. They haven't said that's the rule and that's how you do it. They have said they would suggest. So perhaps they mean they suggest that because it is the most effective way of entering keywords into the 7 keyword slots, but it isn't a definitive answer. So I think on that one, maybe just experiment a little and see what works for you in your listings. Now, the other question I asked them was, are those 7 keyword boxes exclusive, or do they combine keywords from the different keyword boxes? So if you have a row of keywords in box 1 and a row of keywords in box 2, do they combine keywords from box 1 with those from box 2 if a customer searches for those particular keywords? And they confirmed no, the keywords from each search box is exclusive and they will not combine keywords from the other keyword boxes. I hope that makes sense. So the title of your book should contain the main keyword or the main keyword phrase that you want your book to rank for. The title of your book must be on the front cover or the spine of the book, and the title that you enter on your book's cover or spine must exactly match what you are entering in your listing in your KDP account. You then have the subtitle field where you can enter some more relevant keywords in a very natural style that describes a bit more about what your book is about or who your book is targeting. And when I say natural, I mean that your book and subtitle has to use words and phrases that accurately describe what the book is about, as well as being in a way that you would naturally describe that book to somebody. Or if someone said to you, hey, what's the name of your book? You would say, it's a lined notebook with a marble design cover. Now, basically what I'm getting at is do not keyword stuff. Let me show you some examples if you are not sure what I mean about keyword stuffing. Keyword stuffing is clearly becoming the thing to do because I did a search for notebooks and within literally 1 minute, I probably had 20 listings all in the first 1 or 2 pages where they had keyword stuffed at the title and subtitle. Now, it is so bad for the platform and the marketplace to do this. It does not do any of us any favors, and in fact this sort of thing is what brings a platform down, and we all lose out because Amazon will end up getting sick of it, sick of all these spammy listings and spammy books, and they will make it really hard to create and upload books to Amazon. They might start deleting accounts, and they may even decide to just shut the whole KDP platform down if it just gets too spammy. Anyway, let's have a look at a couple of examples of what not to do. I've also noticed that putting these lines in seem to be popular at the moment. Don't do that. There is no need to put these line separators in there. It's just a way to separate your keywords, and it just does not look pleasing to the eye. So as you can see, we've got repetitive search terms, and the thing is, your book is usually just one thing: a primary composition notebook. Are you trying to target primary composition notebook? Are you trying to target handwriting practice paper? Are you trying to target journal? It's not all of those things. So pick what keyword it is that you want to target and rank for, and that's it. That's all you need in your title and your subtitle. This one here, notebook, scuba diver gift, cool scuba diving journal, fun novelty gifts for men, women, and kids, keepsake memory book, gag humor gift diary, card alternative. It's either a notebook or a journal or a diary. It's not all. How is it a gag humor gift? It's just a notebook with a scuba diver on the front. So that's not funny. So you're targeting the wrong kind of customer there, because a customer looking for a gag humor gift is not going to be looking for a notebook with a picture of a scuba diver on the front. I can show you what a gag humor notebook looks like. Something like this: tips for living with a massive penis. That is a gag gift notebook. I don't know why that was the first one that came to mind, but that's an example of correct keywords, because that's what it is. It's a humorous notebook. Now the next one, best 5-year-old daughter ever, composition notebook. Okay, that's fine. Gifts for children, especially daughters. Well, not really especially daughters, particularly daughters, because that's what's written on the cover. Valentine's Day gift for girls, couples. I'm not sure why you would buy that as a couple's gift. I don't even think you would buy it for a 5-year-old, but I don't know, is that a thing? Do you buy Valentine's gifts for your daughters? But again, they're just keyword stuffing to try and pick up the Valentine's Day niche, which is coming up next week, even though it's really got nothing to do with Valentine's Day. So yeah, I just don't understand what they're thinking the logic was there. This one, dream, believe, achieve, motivational journal, notebook with inspirational quote, perfect gift for women, men, girl, boy, lover, student, something that you can't see, gratitude, goal, idea, to-do list. It's just, you cannot have a book that targets men and women and girls and boys and students and lovers. When you're using your keywords, you just need to pick one. You can't try and target everybody. There's a quote that says, when you're trying to talk to everybody, you talk to nobody. And it's the same with your marketing, and it's the same with your branding and all that sort of stuff. So you just have to pick one and try and rank for that one. Now, none of these books are ever going to be successful. I can guarantee you that. None of those books will make sales. And I know this because here is a correctly set up listing. It just tells you exactly what the book is. Now they have to use sure, let me drop everything and work on your problem, because that's what's on the cover, so that's what they had to use. And then they use the subtitle to describe what the book is. It's a lined notebook. You don't need to say anything more than that. People who are searching for a lined notebook, that tells them everything they need to know. If they like that little quote on the front, they'll buy it. And this book will sell more than any of the books that have keyword stuff their listings. It's simple, it explains exactly what the book is, and any further information that the customer needs is down in the description where it should be. So the size of the book, the pages, and it tells you that the pages are also lined front and back. And it's also why this listing has almost 5-star ratings and an extremely low BSR, 22,156 for a notebook. That's pretty good. And same with this one. The title, it's a notebook, because that's what's written on the cover, so that's what they had to use. And then they have described what it is. It's a lined notebook journal with a blue ocean watercolor cover, and more information down here in the description. So this is where they have mentioned what they feel their book is good for, who it's good for, and who it's targeting. Now also, Amazon actually states in their keyword guidelines that customers skim past listings with long titles of over 60 characters. So not only are you trying to target the wrong people, you are turning customers off from your listings. They're not even seeing it because there's just too much text. So how do I know that keyword stuffing doesn't work? So let's backtrack a little here to where I was talking about Amazon's algorithm being a machine learning model, the kind of algorithm that is constantly changing and evolving depending on what it feels is a relevant search term. We spend so much time thinking about our keywords, trying to find ways to enter in keywords that puts our book higher than others, trying to figure out what keywords will make us sales. And you know what? Amazon's algorithm displays search results primarily based on their customers' behavior, not your keywords. Amazon has one goal providing a good customer experience. And they talk about this all the time, because from a good customer experience, they make more money. So here's what happens. When your book is new, Amazon isn't exactly sure where your book fits with its customers and what they're searching for and what they're buying. So yes, it relies on the keywords that you enter in your KDP listing. If you haven't used keywords that are relevant to your book and what your book is about and who it should be targeting, so maybe you're thinking, well, if this person likes this thing and my book is sort of similar to that thing, so if I use that keyword to try and pull them over to my book, they might see my book and decide that they do actually like that, even though that's not what they actually searched for, but they like it, so they might end up buying it. Do you know what I mean? But that rarely actually happens. If you have used these irrelevant keywords, the customer is not going to click on your listing. It won't take long, and that algorithm that is constantly monitoring their customers' behavior will pick up on the fact that your book is not being clicked on. Customers are not interested in your book for that particular search term. So what does it do? It excludes your book from that particular search term. At the end of the day, the keywords that you enter are actually pretty irrelevant if no one is buying your book. Amazon is in the business of selling. If their customers don't buy, Amazon doesn't make money. So Amazon will do everything that they can to put products in front of their customers that they know with almost certainty that customer will buy. Their algorithm is trained to create search results that are profitable. It's not the kind of algorithm that will put a list of search results up just because they contain certain keywords. Does this make sense? I hope it does. That's why I say keyword stuffing is a total waste of time. And honestly, I think it makes a listing just look so unprofessional and so spammy. I personally wouldn't buy from a listing that looked like that. Your goal should be to have the most high quality, professional looking listings that make people want to buy your product. Now, this is also the case when keywords are too competitive, and it's why we talk a lot about targeting those smaller niches with less competition. So say you use the keyword coloring book. That particular keyword is so highly competitive that for a new book, it would be practically impossible to rank high enough in the search results for anyone to even see your book, let alone want to click on it. So when it gets no clicks and no purchases, Amazon's algorithm thinks that it's an irrelevant book for that particular keyword and stops showing it in searches for coloring book. Okay, so what should we be doing then? Amazon basically gives you all this information on their website. You only need to use keywords specific to your book, what it's about, and who you are targeting. If you are targeting children, don't put the words man, woman, couples in the title. Only use words to describe children or the age of the children that you are targeting. Use logical phrasing. Think like a customer. What is a customer going to type into the search box? The example that Amazon gives is, in general, customers will search for military science fiction, but probably not for fiction, science, military, because that's just not a logical way to say that keyword phrase. Use up to 7 keywords or phrases in the 7 keyword slots. It's okay if you don't fill the 50 characters of each box or even use all the boxes. It's better to use fewer relevant keywords than fill it up with keywords that are not relevant. Only fill all the boxes if your keywords are actually relevant to your book. So use the Amazon search box to get ideas of what customers are searching for. If you haven't already got this installed, use the Amazon Keyword Expander tool. So as I started typing in there, Amazon gives a list of other searched terms, and then the Amazon Expander keyword tool provides even more search terms. So these are searches that customers have done previously, and so it's what customers are actually searching for. Do not repeat keywords that you have already used in your title or your subtitle. Do not use subjective claims like best-selling or best novel ever. That's just your opinion, and Amazon only wants facts in their listings. If it is the best novel ever, your customers will make that known in their reviews. Do not make any reference to price or anything time sensitive like on sale now or new book or anything like that. You do not need to include plurals in your keywords. If your book is relevant for a particular keyword, it will be displayed in the results for the singular and plural versions of the word. You also don't need to use variants of words or their spellings or even spelling mistakes. And you don't need to worry about capitalization. You can rank for a keyword whether you were meant to use capitalization or not. You can't use other authors' names or book titles as keywords. Amazon basically do not want you to misrepresent your book in any way whatsoever, because all it does is provide a bad customer experience. And as I said, that's what they are trying to avoid at all costs. So you want to make sure your customer knows exactly what they are getting from your title, subtitle, description, keywords, and all that stuff. Keep your title and subtitle to 200 characters or less in total for both, as this is all that is actually displayed in the listing. If you noticed in some of these that I showed earlier, these examples, they have these ellipses just here. So what that means is they have even more keywords stuffed into their title and subtitle, but you just can't see them because it obviously adds up to more than 200 characters. So I really do hope that some of my explanations have made sense to you. If you do have any further questions or need further clarification on anything, please let me know in the comments and I will do my best to try and answer them. Or if not, I can always try to get answers from Amazon to help you out. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I am going to do a little series of videos all about keywords and focus more in depth in each of them on all the different places that you can use keywords to enhance your listings and how to use them to your advantage and where to find keywords and that sort of thing. So I really do hope this video has helped you understand a little bit more about keywords and their place within Amazon and your KDP listings, as well as some of the things that you should and shouldn't be doing. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up to help get this video out in YouTube's algorithm and hopefully help some other KDP self-publishers who might be struggling with their keywords. And don't forget to subscribe.